The study of religion occupies a central place in the humanities, offering frameworks for examining how individuals and communities construct meaning, articulate belief, and handle the fundamental questions of human existence. For some, such as 2006-2007 US Fulbright scholar William Franke, these questions become not just a central part of their studies, but also an essential aspect of their entire professional life. We sat down with William to discuss the role these fundamental questions have played in his life and the impact his Fulbright grant has had on his career. As a US Fulbright scholar during the 2006-2007 program year, William chose to pursue his Fulbright project at the Paris-Lodron University of Salzburg. With Fulbright grants available in more than 160 countries around the world, what moved William to do his Fulbright in Austria?
I always go abroad, and that sounded like, wow, that would be great. Why not go to Austria? I did have also a powerful interest in German culture, German philosophy in particular. And this was a terrific opportunity for me to pursue that part of my curriculum. The central thing for that particular grant was to teach these courses. And what they wanted me to do specifically was to teach intercultural theology. They invited me to participate as well in the department, which I was really thrilled to do. That wasn't part of the original description, but I was able to learn a lot and even, convey to them some ideas coming from elsewhere that could be useful for organizing, managing their program.
During his Fulbright project, William further investigated how the recognition and acceptance of alterity, or otherness, can be manifested through theologically informed poetry. He also brought these insights into the classroom, sharing them with his students throughout his teaching.
Recognizing alterity, the absolute otherness of God, that's a lesson that has very far-reaching applications in all of our human relationships, to recognize the absolute otherness of the other person before you. And I've really been trying to think about this relationship with alterity, but it did become more political, social, engaged with current issues. So I think that the project, even though it really seems very abstract, it served very well for orienting me towards the task of pursuing international understanding. Was something that really helped me to enter into the whole spirit of the Fulbright enterprise. And it becomes sort of emblematic. I don't think this was really decisive for the post in Austria. They were really looking for teaching, which is not what I was looking to do, but it turned out actually great for me to be teaching in German. For me, I talk a lot about negative theology. What's at stake here is how to relate to absolute difference and even divine alterity.
In the classroom, William found himself navigating the strengths of two educational systems. After teaching within the Austrian educational system, he found that he could adapt aspects of his teaching in the US based on his experience in Austria.
My main responsibility in Salzburg in teaching was a course called Postmoderne Religionsphilosophien. I also then did teach a seminar on Dante's Paradiso, and the kind of evaluation of the students, assessment. In Austria, it was done by oral examination. I'd never done that, and I was absolutely astonished at how effective it was. I was really able to see how much they had absorbed and how, what they were able to do with it. It was very revealing to me. I have used that somewhat then back in the US, even though the system is different, the expectations are different. But I think I'm going to need it much more now because we've relied on essay writing. But the AI thing has transformed that. You cannot really tell any longer who is capable of writing well and who isn't.
The impact of William's Fulbright experience has echoed throughout his career. Not only has it opened doors to new research partnerships and given him a global perspective that continues to guide his work, the confidence and clarity he gained abroad have become central to his identity as a teacher and researcher, influencing each and every project he has taken on since.
It didn't really give me my agenda. That was already in place, but it certainly developed and enhanced it. And it gave it especially this international orientation. And that is the essential kind of learning experience, really, from comparison of cultures. There really is also very much a dialogue between secular culture and religious culture, which is crucial to my whole project.
Working across countries and languages has profoundly shaped William's philosophical outlook. Each linguistic and cultural context has revealed a different way of understanding humanity. Over time, his worldview has become less about providing definitive answers and more about cultivating curiosity. He has come to believe that while encounters between diverse perspectives can offer glimpses of a universal divine truth, that truth ultimately resists complete rational explanation.
This philosophy of the unsayable that I'm talking about, it really turns on a realization and acknowledgement of infinite relationality of all with all. And that means our unlimited openness to one another and our unlimited reciprocal vulnerability. So I'm trying to overcome the liability of the inherent finitude of concepts in language, which means really self-reflecting on one's own speech, subverting it so that it opens up to what it does not say, what it cannot say, and can somehow or other comprehend or allow for the other, to let the other be, rather than always exclude it by the finitude of our concepts. It's also quite a learning experience to switch between languages. Um, that does not, you might know both languages, but be incapable of really going easily from one to the other. I learned that especially at the cathedral in Paris, Notre Dame de Paris. I was a guide. I was a guide for the Italian tourists, but the equipe of guides, from different countries, all from different, the German and from all different countries. Our common language was French. And so I was constantly speaking, I was switching. And I realized, boy, now this is becoming easy. At the beginning, it was hard for me. But over time, I realized now I'm accustomed to being able to switch without effort from one to the other.
As an alum who has gained much from his experience as a Fulbright scholar in Austria, William is a fantastic source for advice to future applicants.
Take advantage of an absolutely extraordinary opportunity in whatever way fits for the grant that you might receive. But I do think that there is an issue about representing America in these troubled times, where I would stress the importance of being critical, of course, but also respectful, not just venting anger, but also assuming responsibility for what our nation does and, weighing carefully, expressing our views as to what that should be, but with a measure of understanding for the opposite view as well. We really are up against tremendous challenges, but I think that this philosophy of infinite openness to one another, of infinite mutual vulnerability is really crucial in order to try to get back on track with a productive discussion for the polity, whether it's national or global. The experience of really moving between languages, and this means living in another language, not being able to do exercises that can maybe get you what you need practically, but to actually live and think in another language. It makes you see the world differently. And then you realize that the world is a construction in one language or the other. There is also a reality that, beyond that, you only really get a glimpse of it in the interstices between one language and the other. That there is some reality there that is not yet defined linguistically It's open to infinite different possibilities.